The Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi is a sacred Bodh tree that stands in the Mahamuna Gardens in Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. Not only is it the closest authentic living link to Gautama Buddha, it is also the oldest human-planted tree in the world with a known planting date and a recorded history. About 2,600 years ago, Lord Gautama Buddha sat with his back against an Asvatha tree on the banks of the Naranjana River in Bodh Gaya, India. It was at this moment, as he sat against the tree, that the Buddha is said to have achieved enlightenment. In doing so, the tree also gained a venerated status. It became known as the Bodhi tree, and pilgrims came to see it even within the lifetime of the Buddha. Thupuramaya is closely linked to Mahinda Thera, the envoy sent by King Ashoka to Sri Lanka, bringing Theravada Buddhism and Chaitya worship to the island. At Mahinda's request, King Devanampiya Tissa built Thupuramaya to enshrine the right collarbone of the Buddha, 3 of 4, thus the claim to be the first stupa built in Sri Lanka. It also marks the formal arrival of Buddhism. The name Thupuramaya comes from Astupa, and Aramaya, which is a residential complex for monks. The original stupa was about 180 feet, 55 meters, in height and had been expanded and renovated by many kings thereafter. The stupa is 350 feet, 107 meters, in height and 300 feet, 92 meters, in diameter today. After building the Mirasavishya Maha Stupa and Lohamahaprasada, the 7-storied building, and donating it to the priesthood, he started building the largest brick structure the world had ever seen at the time. The location of the stupa was already selected by the great Mahinda Thero, and King Devanampiya Tissa had planted a huge stone pillar at the location. The king removed this pillar and started to build the stupa. This pillar was moved to Abhayagiri Stupa belongs to the Aramite complex of Abhayagiriya Viharaya, which was constructed during the reign of King Vadagamini Abhaya, commonly known as King Valagamba, in the 1st century BCE. Today, the main attraction of this Aramite complex is the massive Abhayagiri Stupa, which stands at 74.98 meters to the tip of the damaged spire. It is the second largest stupa on the island today. According to the 5th century traveler Chinese monk Ephation's descriptions, this stupa was 400 feet, 122 meters, in height and was decorated with gold and silver and studded with all kinds of jewels. There has also been a 20-foot, 6.1 meter, high Buddha statue made out of green jade. The Mirasaweti Stupa is a memorial building, a stupa, situated in the ancient city of Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. 1. King Duttagamunu, 161 BC to 137 BC, built the Mirasaveti Stupa after defeating King Alara. After placing the Buddha's relics in the scepter, he had gone to Tisawua for a bath, leaving the scepter. After the bath, he returned to the place where the scepter was placed, and it is said that it could not be moved. The stupa was built in the place where the scepter stood. It is also said that he remembered that he partook in a chili curry without offering it to the Sangha. In order to punish himself, he built the Mirasavishya Dagaba. The extent of this land is about 50 acres, 20 hectares. Although the king Kasayapa I and Kasayapa V renovated this, from time to time it was dilapidated. Loavamahapya is A.D.B.C, a shrine built in the Mahavihara in the 1st century. It is located in Anuradhapura. Its roof is made of metal tiles, so it is called Metal Palace. The Lowamahaprasad was built by King Duchujemunu. It is mentioned in genealogies that Mahal was a name here. Currently, the small building in the middle is a modern one, but this place is still used by the monks of the Badimalu family for the Poya Karma of the Great Temple. This was built according to the design of the Golden Palace of Divyangana called Bharani in Tatisa heaven. Jetavanaramaya is a stupa, or Buddhist reliquary monument, located in the ruins of Jetavana Monastery in the UNESCO World Heritage City of Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. At 122 meters, 400 feet. It was the world's tallest stupa and the third tallest structure in the world, only behind the two Great Pyramids, Great Pyramid of Giza and Pyramid of Khafre. When it was built by King Mahasena of Anuradhapura, 273 to 301. His son Kitsarimavan completed the construction of the stupa, and it was renovated by Parakramabahu I of Polonnaruwa A. Part of a belt tied by the Buddha is believed to be the relic that is enshrined here. He initiated the construction of the stupa following. Lankarama is a stupa built by King Valagamba, in an ancient place at Galabakata in the ancient kingdom of Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. Nothing is known about the ancient form of the stupa, and later this was renovated. The ruins show that there are rows of stone pillars, and it is no doubt that there has been a house built encircling the stupa adage, to cover it. The round courtyard of the stupa seems to be 3.0 meters, 10 feet, above the ground. The diameter of the stupa is 14 meters, 45 feet. The courtyard is circular in shape and the diameter is 406 meters, 1,332 feet.